Firstly, I would just like to reiterate what John said and said a program like this has honestly come together through asking a whole lot of people a whole lot of questions, hoping that the answer would be yes. And the fact that you all have said yes to the questions we've asked you has meant that this program has come together. So thank you for that. We have, I think, I'd say, been working on this now for about 6 months, pulling it all together. And with a week to go, it's pretty exciting that it's actually all happening and that we have people involved all around the country. And really the first thing I'd just like to say is I'm not here tonight to tell you how to be a mentor or how to do a presentation. I'm respectful that you've all been in the industry a little bit longer than myself, so I don't want to be here tonight to tell you how to put your PowerPoints together or anything like that. What I am here to do is give you a bit of a vision behind where the program has come to, and really just to have a couple of people stand up who have spoken and have been a mentor before, just to give some tips on what's worked for them and what hasn't, and really just to sort of say where the program's up to now. Firstly, we have had some media launch this week, so the program's gotten quite a lot of good coverage around the country. I was having an interview with ABC Southeast Radio 2 days ago, and they were asking me how the tourism arrival figures were to Australia. And I sort of thought that that was my first question, that I hadn't looked at figures for a few months because I'd been busy with mentoring, and that we should talk about that. And they were like, yes, excellent. So there's been some media thanks to Nick at YATEC as well. We've had some in the Cairns media, Brisbane, Perth, down in Victoria as well, and also the Canberra Times, as well as some online publications. So there's quite a lot of information that's being broadcasted out there at the moment about the program, which is really fantastic, and I just thought it was important for you to all know that, because you're obviously the framework making this happen, that there are a lot of people interested in and watching, I think, what we're doing as a case study for what potentially other associations can be doing with young people. So I thank you all for being part of what this is, hopefully being something new and innovative for the tourism industry. As John mentioned, this is about the 5th year the program's run, and we have been evolving it each year as we've gone. It was initially around many years ago and set up by Fleur Truscott and John Rundle. And then it stopped for a couple of years, and we as YATEC thought it was an important program, and we've sort of taken the framework of that and built it up to now what it is today. As John said, this is the first year it has gone national. We have, for your information, 28 mentees in New South Wales and 50 nationally. So there's 12 in SA, 4 in Queensland, 4 in Vic-Tas, and 2 in WA as well. So for year one, I think that's pretty good. The chairs in the other branches have been really supportive of the whole program, which is really great to see, and they're managing their mentees and mentors in each state. And the mentors from the other branches and other states tonight will have access to this filming later this week, as well as all the other speakers and mentors in New South Wales that weren't able to make it here tonight. So in terms of where this vision has come from, these are really the outcomes of what we're after in the program this year. And the first one is really accelerated growth. There are a lot of people in the industry, I think, who are really keen to learn and wanting to do more, and this is an opportunity for them to get involved and, number one, come away being more inspired and motivated. I've spoken to a lot of YATEC members over the past, say, 6 months, and quite a few of them are enjoying what they're doing, but they're not quite sure where they want to go and what they should be doing next, and really who to be talking to about that. And so I think from really having that hands-on sort of conversations, it's good to know that this program, I think, is going to give them a lot more ideas of what is out there that they perhaps wouldn't have known so far. And the three really key components are career development, and I'll touch on that a little bit more at the moment. The knowledge component, which is the speakers' roles to come in here and give a presentation on the different topics that we've discussed. And the relationships, which is more of the mentor role. So to help facilitate and create a bond with your mentee, put them in touch with other contacts if they've got interest in certain areas, and anything else really that you feel would be relevant for the person that you're working with. And yet again, as I said, this is a framework. So I'm quite happy for you to really run this how you like with your mentee. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. It's really just how you would like to have a meeting with somebody and how you'd like to run it. We have said that each mentee should set up 2 to 3 or 4 meetings, potentially 1 or 2 in person and 2 over the phone over the next 2 months. And again, that you don't have to do it that way. I know mentees and mentors in the past that have spoken to each other once a week after the presentation, and others that potentially have only had 1 or 2 meetings. And look, I really think it's the mentee's role here to be a little bit proactive and make this what they want, and I'll be communicating that to them next week to say, your mentor's giving you a lot of time, they've committed to this project, and it's up to you to make it the best you can. So really to help encourage them, make contact with you. A few of them might be a little bit scared, and I'm really going to hopefully tell them that, you know, their mentors are here to help you, they're not scary people, they want to be here with you, so to really make the most of their time. So I really hope that's going to help them really get the most out of this project. So that's it. And in terms of career development, one of the new elements of the program this year is in week 8, I'll be hosting a career development life coach session with them all, and that's been put at the last week purely to give them ideas over the first 7 weeks of what they can be doing. And this isn't a program to help them quit all their jobs and find something better. It's really going to be focused on where they can be going and what they can be doing to be more efficient internally within their company, and potentially then look at steps 5 years down the track if they want to be moving into another role. So I don't have a goal to make them all stop what they're doing now, but really just to facilitate and make sure that they're happy with what they're doing and how they can be doing more if they want to be doing more and being more efficient and working in their organisation. It will be a closed session that week, purely because I think I'm actually going to try and push them to get over a few of their fears and anxieties of why they think they can't be doing more than what they're doing and where they want to go. So it's going to be a session where I think it's important that we don't have people sort of peering over them. One part of the weekly sessions is that we're actually opening it up to other YATEC members to attend. We're opening 10 spots each week for other YATEC members to come and listen to the different topics, which I'll run through in a minute. So there is the opportunity for other people to come and participate as mentors. If you wanted to come and participate in that session, you're welcome to take up one of those spots as well. But that's really going to be a session of, right, doors are closed, let's find out a little bit more about you all. Where do you want to go? Why don't you think you can get there? And let's think of some strategies to start getting you there. So that's going to be the new element that I'm hoping is going to be really beneficial to these young people coming through the industry. So in terms of the topics, again, a lot of thought went into the way this is all going to happen. These are the topics for the 7 or 8 weeks that we're running, and it's being done in such a way to really almost go on a bit of a journey, to start with the fundamentals of what inbound is and move through to the different aspects of it, and come through towards the end to be more about themselves. So once they've learnt a lot and they've had a couple of meetings with you all, to then really focus on what they want to be doing. So in week 1, we've got inbound perspectives, and that's going to be looking at inbound from a supplier's point of view, an ITO's point of view, a National Tourism Office point of view, and an association point of view. And that's really to sort of establish how they all work together. I guess hearing some of the issues from each part's perspective as well. I know when we have the supplier stand up and then the ITO stand up in past years, it's been quite good. It shakes it up a little bit to really see what people think of the issues are and their perspectives, and I'm sure you can all relate to that. Second week is international markets. So we start with the Western markets, the Eastern markets and emerging markets, and the differences between both, issues with working with them all. Third week, which I'm sure could be a whole 8-week program in itself, is distribution. And we're touching on, in that week, distribution issues again holistically, from Tourism Australia's point of view and from a supplier's point of view as well, and how online fits into that. Online won't be the main focus of that, but it will be a component of it.